right. An excellent connection. So let's see. I'm gonna post this thing in chat. Where's my chats? There we go. Boom. Does that work? Yep, that looks like that works. And so let's try this. Gonna try doing the Zoom meeting and the let's see, start video. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it because my camera is being used by OBS. So let's turn this one. Nope. Oh well. I'll just be Jay. Okay, so there's a Zoom chat link in the description. What's up, man? You're always like the first guy in here. It's super awesome. So I don't know if it'll all work. I don't know if like the bandwidth with Zoom going in and out and then trying to stream it's all going to work, but I just thought if anybody had some back and forth stuff, we'd try it out for once. And I think the maximum amount of time I have is like 30 minutes for the free Zoom meeting. So if it works, it works. If not, then we'll just kill it. But anyways, I'm doing well. How are you? Super awesome week. I think the only thing that we have to worry about like this week is going to be the whatchamacallit, Jackson Hole. See what all the bankers have to say. See what Jerome has to say after that. But we did end up little over 7,000 by the end of the day yesterday. I think we're up 9 for a little bit. But that'll be super good for our Tesla iron condors and the call credit spreads we sold, and what other ones? We had a calendar that we stuck on too. I think we maybe where is it? Calls. Oh, it's this one. There we go. That's the one we opened up on Friday. Okay, so let's see. All right. Okay, so let me see now. I see somebody jumped in, Michael. And now let me see. I'm completely new to hosting, so let me make sure.
That's all right.
Oh, dude, there we go. What's up, man? All right. Good. Hopefully this kind of like works out with some better back and forth and stuff. I've never hosted a Zoom call like in my life. I've gone to them for work and other stuff, but I guess as long as
like a few times at school, but yeah, this is like probably one of my
Nice.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, what's your screen name? Are you Velocity?
It's Michael.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Velocity. Yeah, that's almost my. It's like back in the day, it was like my alias when I was a kid. So I
Yeah.
just stuck with it.
I still have
And
tons of I still have tons of screen names from like way back when, like especially since everything, my first name being Jason is super common, so I had to put numbers or spell it weird. That's why I have, I don't know, some people spell it with like Jay, because I use that for half of my accounts just because it's pretty odd.
yeah, I actually didn't even spell it right back in the day. I liked it that way, and I don't know. I wanted to change it to the real way you spell velocity with the C and all that, but
I like it.
yeah,
And plus the correct spelling is probably taken.
yeah, most of
Yeah.
yeah. So were you trying to like talk about like individual trading and all that?
Oh, anything,
Back
man.
and forth with what the so I could just shoot you like a question really quick or
Yeah, just to talk it out, because sometimes it's like, especially trying to get concepts or whatever, it's difficult. Like you have to type everything out, and then hopefully I understand what you mean, and then it's just a pain in the
yeah.
butt. I feel like most of the time things are just easier to talk about, or a lot of times that's why we'll use video to be able to draw on a screen or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to try this out. Like,
Sure.
who knows if it went well, awesome. If not, that's cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't know if you want me to share like my screen too, like what I'm like looking at either. But
Yeah, if you have something specific, I mean, you're
uh,
more than welcome to do whatever you want. I don't.
yeah, so right now actually I have about like half of my portfolio in cash, like just recently, like the other day. Just because of the Fed meeting.
Yeah,
I'm kind of new to them, so like I don't, I was a little bit kind of suspect of what's gonna happen
yeah,
with all the rumors and all that. So I just wanted to just keep it in cash and see what happens. Um, what's it called? No, so I was like looking over and I was like looking at like a 10-year graph of like kind of like the September, like August, October area, and like a lot of people have been saying it like usually it's like a pretty like red month. They've been saying like throughout the months.
yeah,
So that's kind of the reason why I like have most of it in cash right now, or half of it. But I've been sticking with that strategy. I don't know if you remember me telling you like in the comments where it's I purchased a QQQ leap and then a SPY leap,
yeah,
and I think they're like around close to 80 delta. Uh, yeah, so my QQQ's at 79, SPY's at. So I've just been like experimenting with that strategy, just so, like, because a lot of like what I learned from you, especially, is like the put credit spreads
hmm,
and the like the butterflies as well, and like just capturing that like passive income that you get from like a month. I've been like trying that out, like with the spike put credit spreads. I even have a Tesla one that's like really safe.
yeah,
It's a 530, 520 right now. I had like a 600 one, and that little dip that we had with the VIX and all that,
uh huh,
it was getting awfully close. So I just like rolled it out and for credit. So, but yeah, I've been just doing that. Just it's mainly been what I've been doing is just the leaps. I've been really liking them and the credit spreads. So yeah,
So-
thank you for all the help on that for sure. The videos have definitely helped a lot.
awesome.
But yeah, no. Oh, and also I got a SQQQ. It's like a YOLO.
Yeah,
Or
just in case.
for just in case for the next week. So we'll see how that goes. I didn't get too lucky with the other one that I tried, but I didn't really care. It's like kind of just one of those I just throw it in there. Not too much money.
Yeah, I think that's an important thing. Like, I'll still do some of those every once in a while, but they can't be a big portion of my account. Like, I'm not convinced the market's going to drop after Monday. I mean, for all we know, the weekend could be super awesome and everything is going to rocket up like it did on Friday. But overall, it sounds like you're playing super smart, just like all across the board. Um, but
Yeah.
and I'm super glad like everything's been helpful. I think, yeah, I probably talked about it in quite a few of the live streams, like I just wanted, like my coworkers and friends and stuff had no interest in trading, so I just started posting stuff, and then here we are, whatever, a year later or something like that. So been through some ups and some downs, but overall pretty good.
Yeah, building up that like the people, just all following and all kind of have the same hobbies and all that. It's cool.
Yeah.
The online world, I can do that.
Yeah, the one scary comment I get is like, I'm following your plays. I'm like, oh crap, that's like a lot of responsibility, you know.
Yeah.
Where because some of it I do knowing, I mean, and I think I try to say it most of the time, where I'm like, yeah, don't do this play. This is, extremely high risk. It's a stupid play, whatever. I mean, even that Iron Condor I did for a few days this week, like could have held it and made $100 in a week, but yeah, I'm trying to get a little bit more responsible with it, and then I can do my YOLOs outside on other accounts. But I think as long as you're keeping it small, like down to, a 0.5% or something of your account value, you might as well. I mean, I think also just like in the long run, I mean, it's cool making money and everything, but like what you're doing with having just the leaps and holding them, that's kind of boring day to day if you want some decent action.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's even like at my point when I'm just doing the same put credit spreads over and over and over again, and I'm just like, okay, cool. What are we gonna record today? All right, more put credit spreads. Like, I mean, it's worked, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it works really well from what I've seen, especially on your channel for sure.
yeah,
The Tesla put credit spreads, I definitely started doing a few of them, but they're really like completely way more volatile than like doing SPY QQQ. And I'm like a lot more like newer to it, so I've been trying to just like learn to see the drops and the ups and downs and stuff, and get more numb to the feeling of that.
yeah,
Where I get more comfortable, trading. But I've been trying to stick to trading like. What I would do is like open up just so many positions that on the days when the big spikes, I would just be like 40 different positions that are just all negative.
yeah.
When the VIX and the premiums are all getting higher.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to like open up like more expensive positions, like with like 1,000 collateral versus like 500 or 100,
Yeah.
and just so that it's not so overwhelming.
Or those higher delta leaps at that point. It's so and it's like so counterintuitive. I'm just saying it's like so counterintuitive to open up those big plays when there is like that spike in the VIX or a big drop or anything like that. And I think you do, like you're saying, like you have to get numb to it. You have to look at that huge drop as an opportunity. But I think there's like something built into us where we see that huge drop and we're like, oh crap, it's just never going to stop dropping. It's going to drop for weeks and weeks and weeks, and then usually it's like at the end of the day or maximum 2 days later it's right back to where it's been. And then more we go through it though, I mean, after we see it 10, 20, 30, 40 times, we're just like, okay, now we know what to expect. Now we know it's an opportunity.
Yeah, no, it especially like opening positions up when all that fear, like with the VIX spiking and all that, like
Yep.
I've seen myself recover for all my losses so much quicker when I do that, when I'm like not afraid to open up more on those days when I'm already like,
Yeah.
And it's like especially like July, I think it was July 8th, and it's another drop, August 18th, I think, like when the VIX was just going like ham.
Yeah.
It would go from like 17 to like 24 or whatever, or something like that. And even though like my positions would be like pretty far out of the money, like I was sticking to like when I first started like 85 to 90% probability.
Uh-huh.
Like on the Robinhood app or whatever.
Yeah.
That I was using. And also, I was using Tastyworks too, like the expected move and all that, and like the standard
Standard
deviations that you've
deviations.
been going over
Yeah.
with Tom. And it's good stuff to know because it's like a good gauge to go by, you know. But I definitely want to get more comfortable to how you are with opening up a position, not so much on the probability of profit, but more like kind of just like with time, like what you've been talking about recently. So I think that's like so big.
Yeah, I mean, so far, so good. Yeah, it's kind of weird because since I didn't learn any of this from reading a book or taking a course or whatever, I talked to a guy that trades. I mean, probably 100x, like 100x account, at least a 10x account from what I do, but similar things, and he's all 100% by the book, like what he's picked up, and has actually done a lot worse, which is crazy. Because I am always thinking like, oh, I need to spend more time learning like the technicals and what you're supposed to do, quote unquote. But it just doesn't. I don't know. For some reason, it doesn't feel like a good fit for me, or like make a. Some of it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, especially after me just watching that one underlying over and over. Like, I watch it every single day. I know what the news is. Like, we could look at a drop or a spike 6 months ago and talk about what that was, and I probably remember it. But it's a lot different than trading, I guess, random companies based on their technicals when I don't know them so well. And that's when I have a hard time. People ask me about X stock, but I just don't follow it. But hopefully that's all. Hopefully that's all helpful. Like in the long run, and you do get more comfortable with it. And then if you don't, then you can just watch what I do and see how it goes.
Yeah. No, but it definitely helps, like watching, like this is when you're posting the daily videos of the market.
Yeah.
Like how your account's being affected too, like on those days when like my account will be down. And obviously some days I won't be trading Tesla as much in my account as much as like SPY and QQQ will have way more effect. And sometimes like Tesla will have like better days than the market. Like it will be like opposite. Like the market will do better and Tesla will do worse, or Tesla will do better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like all over the place. So, but like seeing like those drops, like even in like such a way, like just a bigger account than mine, it's just like it's crazy to think of it. And then like my account will drop like 500, and I'll get like freaked out, and I see someone else, their account's dropping like 10,000, 20,000. I'm like, dude, oh my.
I'm super glad you brought that up, because I used to remember that too when, and because it's part of it I just want to post every day and not be like, oh yeah, all I do is win and I never have a bad day kind of situation. But yeah, I think those bad days are super helpful, where you're like, oh crap, I did crappy, but everybody did crappy that day, or the whole market did crappy. Yeah, actually it's funny because when I have those bad days, I literally watch videos. Like I'll turn off the market, kind of not focus on it. Like I'm gonna today's already like terrible. I'm not gonna jump out of my positions because then I'm not in a position to recover on it. And I'll just like watch videos of police interrogations of people that did really stupid stuff and really screwed up their life. And I'm like, well, at least I only screwed up 10 grand, not going to prison for the rest of my life because I did something stupid.
Yeah.
But
so it's funny because we all do that in like different levels,
Yeah.
But
how long ago did you get started trading?
I started about it was actually trading as in like buying stock and selling it. I'd say about like half a year before March.
Oh, okay.
So a little bit before then, and but I was just like buying stock and holding it. I really only got into like learning about options, which I had a completely different perspective on until I really like dove into it. And that really like that quote that you brought up, saying like how we know so much less than what we like could know or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like some kind of just like that, but once I like learned about it, I was like, wow, like this guy's like selling a stock, like selling a put, able to get like a premium on it, you know, and he's getting it at a cheaper price than what he was looking at it for. So I started like diving into it. Like that was like the first strategy I learned, and then I really started learning. And that was back in I have to say like a little bit before summer, like May.
Okay.
April, kind of around there. I was learning a little bit like that, and then I was like, I started doing like Bank of America, just selling puts on Bank of America. Started small, and I made like 20-30 bucks off of that, every week, and then I started like transitioning to put credit spreads. I found your channel a little bit after that, and then that's like when I started doing spreads. I had a completely different like opinion on them at first. I stumbled across all those like scary videos of people like losing all their like losing even more than their whole portfolio because of the pin risk and all that.
Yeah.
So that's what like when I have friends now that like ask me about it. Because they knew that I liked buying stock before. They don't really know I do like options and all that now, but I always tell them like the worst case scenario before I tell them like
Right.
you know what I mean? Just like I don't, just like how you say people like are following your every move, like on your the underlying you're trading on, like how it makes you like a little like nervous, like oh there's a lot of pressure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like almost the same thing for me now. Like I try to tell people like, hey, you got to do this, you got to close out of this, like before the expiration date. You don't want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the worst case before.
Nice. Yeah, and it's hard. Like I think that like you started off selling cash covered puts, right? And that is such an awesome, safe, like no brainer, everybody wins strategy. And then to go from that to the spreads is kind of, I mean, that's a difficult jump. Like you're saying, like you had that terrible opinion on them. Like, okay, now my downside is losing everything instead of just getting assigned some shares that I might end up want. But that's what my buddy did on Tilray. Like literally, he's not sold one spread, and I can't even remember the numbers on his account, and obviously it's down quite a bit now. But I think he like 10x or 20x or something ridiculous just selling and getting assigned on Tilray or whatever the previous ticker was, and then selling calls on it the whole time. So that's definitely viable.
Wow. Yeah, that is. I wish I could do that with cash secured puts. You know what I mean? Because then it would be. Because I see them the same way as you, like where it's really not. I don't really see it as risky. You know.
Yeah.
It's like if I like the underlying, then what's the worst that's gonna happen? I can just sell calls on it if I get assigned.
Yeah.
But like spreads are way different. It's like you have like the volatility, and you could lose all of it. Like your max loss gets assigned. And it's a completely different beast.
100%.
And that's why I like doing like leaps, just keeping them there, because it's like after learning about like how you pretty much can buy $10,000 worth of leverage that's mimicking like 30 grand worth of
Yeah.
underlying, it's just like I don't think I could ever like unlearn that. Like that's just like really cool.
Yeah, very, very powerful too. Do you ever think about like how much money you're actually controlling by like in your portfolio with all the options? The fact that for fun.
It's I never think about it. Well, I have, but I try not to because it's a lot.
Right.
It's way more than what I actually have. It's way more. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy that
just like
you could literally just sign up for this in like 2 minutes and be able to leverage probably like millions of dollars with less than 100 of that, you know.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Get into the right butterflies for like $5. You have like millions of dollars of control. Not that it's gonna come back on you, but it's a crazy amount. And then I always think about like the credit spreads as just kind of, you're basically providing liquidity to the market in one sense. And I think that's how I kind of think about it. But that is such a ton of money, like in and out, like that. What I had that couple positions expire in the money, that so I had that $130,000 margin call. God, that would be.
Yeah, I remember seeing that video. That was like the main reason why I was so afraid of getting into spreads.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't want to see that. I feel like even if I knew, I'll be fine at the end of it. Like it's still that number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like not sleeping, and you're like, come on, hurry up and settle out my account. I don't want to see this big red. Yeah.
It, even like when I was selling, because I sold two puts on skills and charge point. I was trying to pretty much mimic what your friend was doing with Tilray, but with like two other underlines. And they went against me a lot, so now I'm just selling calls, but they took forever to get assigned. Like it was the very last day, and they were way in the money. Like I was surprised I wasn't assigned earlier, to be honest. But it's probably just that extrinsic value that's still like out.
Yeah. There's no reason. There's never a reason to exercise early unless it's for, and the only time would be on a stock generally that has a large dividend. So like right at that ex-dividend date, that's the only real potential I've ever seen. I had one, and I need to look back at it because it was a long time ago, but I know I had one McDonald's. That was my only one that I'd ever got exercised early on, and that was a big shocker. I'm like, what happened here?
It's interesting. So it's kind of just like all, you never really know, you know. It's like
Yeah.
when you're gonna get exercise, when you're not. Like that's why I'm trying to learn how to do also like the call side too, like the bull call side, like the debit or whatever.
Yeah.
Where I pay, but I'm just so used to the put credit side, and I don't know.
It's hard when stocks only go up to play the call side.
Yeah, it is. Especially like with the iron condors, just like setting them up, just like I just don't want this underlying to just, you know, have too good of a day, you know, and then you're like way negative on the position already.
Yeah. What's up, Mr. K?
Not much. How are you?
Good. Just doing a little stream, drinking some ice water because I had to do yard work today. Again. Oh. So you've been, remember, you've been trading options for a long time, yeah?
Yeah, I like options.
But you've been trading them.
Cool stuff.
You've been trading for a long time?
I have.
Years.
Double.
For like years and years and years, or what?
I just like you can use them as leverage, income, protection. You know, you name it. You
Yeah.
can do it. You can do pretty conservative strategies or pretty aggressive, whatever you want. I like your strategies; they're fine.
Yeah.
I'm more like the at the money calls or puts and take a 50-50 shot. But I like what you do. Tasty Trade does. You know, that's better probability. You'll have a higher probability of making profits. So you're wanting the stock to trade in a range. I understand that.
You're just like,
But,
you're pretty aggressive with your plays then?
I can, yeah.
Yeah, for the like,
Pretty much.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't make money in it, but I liked the play 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was it was around 200, and it was a kind of a gimme. It was the 200 $1.50, while the stock was around 190, and you took a shot for a week, and it shot up to 220. So you paid $1.50 and shot up $20, $25. $1.50 turned into over 20 points. 150 to $2,000. That was like a week.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's worth a shot. You pay the 150. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that was kind of I wouldn't say a no-brainer, because it's earnings. You never know if the stock's going to move up or down. But that's a cheap shot.
What was that? What was the underlying?
It was Nvidia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yes, we saw how that one
goes
did.
up, cool, I make money. If it doesn't, I just look at everybody just makes options complicated. They're really not complicated. Just simple math
Yeah.
to
Right.
me.
Yeah.
And then, I don't want to take over your room. This is your room.
Oh no, I'm just trying this out. I'm happy to
Cool.
BS talk, learn something from you, whatever.
I'm not an expert, but I love options because of all the things that you can do with them.
Yeah.
And you can learn the 4 basic strategies, buying a call or shorting a call, buying a put, shorting a put. After that, you figure out what you want to do. And, the Nvidia earnings, if you could afford it, do 100 shares, it costs you $20,000, and then buy your protection. It costs around $7. The put was around $7, $8.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it went up $20, and your protection was 7 or 8. Well, you netted 12 or 13 bucks. And multiply everything times 100. It's simple math, people. And if you want to do 10 options equals 1,000 shares, whatever.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. I just think options are just the best thing on the planet. They are. If you can afford it, buy your 50 or 100 shares of stock, and you can't just do options. But it's just the only thing I don't like about options that it's like you're trading 100 shares with a time limit.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but some people can't afford 50 or 100,000 shares or whatever. I like that speller.
Most people can't. I'd say. Yeah.
I'm just trying. I just want people to, people are trying to figure out what to do, because a lot of them are from home or sitting at home and not working. I've seen your videos. Like, this is a way to do it if you have money. I know a lot of people are hurting, but I don't know. I just I don't know why everybody doesn't understand them. And then when you start wanting to talk about the stock market or options, and people kind of back away, like if you just buy 100 shares of stock and buy your protection, and you can sleep at night.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Yeah, and I think they are intimidating. They were intimidating for me when I first learned about them. Even trying to read like an Investopedia's description of something, listening to Tasty Trades or Tom Sosnoff talk without understanding any of the vernacular, like, holy crap. I like when I decided I was going to learn, I watched so many of his videos, and nothing sunk into my head, and then I would try to learn the definition of this or that, and now I'll go back and watch them. Now there's just so many gems, and I'm just like, okay, got it. But and then to actually, I still remember like my first few options where you're, okay, I'm putting this on the line, but I don't like I've seen the definitions, but I don't 100% get it until you've done it a few times. I mean, I guess that's why they make the paper trading accounts too, if somebody's scared. But I'm always thinking, well, if I risk my own money, I'll learn faster, either good or bad.
Very true.
Yeah.
Hockey with paper stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a guy thought he was paper trading and accidentally made $11 million or something like that, which is just absolutely nuts. Yeah. But yeah,
It's crazy.
like at the end of the day, the more I learn and the more I think about it, the more I 100% agree. Like, they are simple. Like a put credit spread, you could go through exactly what the put, like each side of the put is doing, why you're shorting one, why you're buying one, what shorting means, what long means, or all that stuff. Or you could just know, hey, if it goes down below this, you lost money. If it stays up here, you got money, and this is how much. And I think that's all that's really important, because that's, even though I know the other portions of it, when I'm looking at it at the end of the day, I'm just like, okay, I know somewhere in there, if I shorted the 600, somewhere in there, 5.99, I'm probably losing a few bucks. And that's about it.
I mean, that's the other thing I like about options, that you short a stock and then protect yourself with a call option.
Yeah.
I like that. But I learned with I've watched Tasty Trade, and that they're saying, well, watch the carrying costs and the interest when they're charging you, when you're shorting, especially when you have like stock that went crazy, like QuantumScape a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And people were calling in about that. He saw some he knows his stuff, and he said, watch your carrying costs on that, because it's pretty steep. So I learned something, just watching them always. Even though I know options. Watch Tasty Trade, TD Ameritrade. I don't know. TD Ameritrade has great webcasts, and so do you.
Thanks.
I just like options, and a lot of people don't know about them. It's like, you need to know about them.
Yeah.
That's always to it. Don't just. It's great to diversify, getting different stocks. That's fine. Dollar cost average, if you don't want to do it, or hire an investment professional, whatever. But
yeah.
Learn options.
And like without options, you invest your $1,000, and 5 years from now you have $2,000. Like, $1,000 with options, you're gonna have, well, hopefully, as long as you're not playing too stupid, you're gonna have a lot more than that. Definitely a lot more.
You can be involved with options long term. 2 years, that's not long term, but that's not bad. They're a little bit more expensive, but hey, there's a Robinhood. It's around $50 per share, or about 45, and the leap is 15. So you can go out there, buy 100 shares at 40 around 4,500, or you can go buy one option for 1,500 and see if it goes up.
Are they? I didn't even look at the leaps on them. I should have. Were they available the second, or how many days after the IPO did they?
I didn't
It took
really.
a while.
It's a,
Yeah,
I think it was the day it surged up. I think they have options. It was like the very I think August 4th or something.
oh, okay.
pretty quick.
I wouldn't mind grabbing some of those. $1,500. That sounds pretty good. Is that
Yeah.
like an at the money?
Yes, it's the 50 strike price.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
That's what it was around there. There's October call. Now, remember, this is an investment bias. We're just talking here.
Yeah. Not that it makes a difference.
I know people want to hear what you're wanting to say, and then they're want to do what you say. If they lose money, they try to blame you. But the October 50 call is around $3. It's 300, and you got August. You got 2 months. It pops above 50.
Not
So
bad.
It's around 46 or 47 right now. So it has to go up around $6 where you start making money. Up to the break-even point.
And it's
53.
gotten beat down last couple days, hasn't it?
Its high was at 70. Yeah.
It was at 85. It went down to 35, went high I was 85, went down to 42, and just floating around 50 right now. You know, from what I remember, the insiders, they have to keep their shares for a little while longer. And so, well, might as well mess with it until they go out and sell the shares. You know, that's going to make them go down. But I don't know. I know nothing. I know about Robinhood, and I know all the youngsters are trading on it. And
Right.
I mean, it's going to be around for a little while. They all know we all know Robinhood. You know?
It has to be. It's so much simpler than any other platform, especially like mobile. You can't like. I love having the other platforms, but if I want to be able to stick my finger on my phone and open up a trade within 20 seconds, the only thing I can do that on is Robinhood.
Yeah.
Can't.
It's pretty cheap bubble stock right now. So
Yeah.
everybody just play with Robinhood. Just play with their options and buy them shares, and then I don't know, do covered call and puts or callers or whatever. Doesn't matter. Counter spread.
You're just like, this is so easy, just do it.
It is.
The other thing I 100% agree with is, yeah, when people aren't working and they have that downtime. I mean, that's what I spent my company was shut down for just like a month and a half, 6 weeks. But that's all I'd sat and did, learned every stitch I could. So, and yeah, it's definitely doable. Doable for, I think, most people. But they also can't, you can't discount the fact that it is some work and you're going to have to put effort into it. It's not watch 2 YouTube videos and then be comfortable with it for sure.
Yeah. I just like breaking them down, you know, simple, you know, like I did, just, you know, just explain them. I just like doing it. It's just easy.
Yeah.
You know,
Except for except for when you're talking to me and telling me a protective put. That means something to me. You tell that to somebody else and they're like, what?
Yeah.
You know, that's, yeah, not.
You sound like an airspace or aerospace engineer. You know, just like talking about it. You know. Some of
Yeah.
that.
I'm a nerd about options. I mean, I think they're just the most wonderful thing. I mean, I've been in the investments industry. I had my licenses. That's when I fell in love with options. But I don't have the licenses anymore. But when I was fascinated when I was younger, and you know, heard about options and kind of understood them, and then after I got my license at 7, I was like, whoa, these things are cool. I mean, I've lost money overall, but you know, I'm gonna. It's just, you know, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna tell people I'm making money. You know.
Love it.
I will, but I mean, they're just fascinating, and I just like after I'd studied them and everything, I was like, wow, these are like the coolest thing in the world, and I just liked it where you know you can be protected in case you're wrong, like last year.
Yeah. How many years have you been trading options now?
I've been around since around 2000.
Around 2000?
So, yes, I mean I have a lot of experience. You know?
Yep.
I'm ready to rock and roll, and just I wanna be profitable, and after I mean I can teach them.
Yeah.
I have all this knowledge. I don't want it to go to waste, you know. And you know, I'm going to do it, and then I just want to teach them. I mean, it's like they're the coolest thing in the world. I just can't get it. I don't know.
Man.
Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
They are fun.
Totally do. Oh, Amit, hello from India. Man, can you trade options in India? I don't know what kind of market they have over there. I don't even know what the opportunities are outside the U.S. No, I did see that. I did see that one interview on Tastyworks with the guy who moved from India and he traded on whatever their exchange was. But now you just,
yeah, I saw that one too.
yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't watch Tasty Trade too much anymore. You know, I'll go in and talk a lot of Sosnoff, his partner. They're funny. But you know, they have options on Bitcoin too. I don't mess with Bitcoin. I don't understand it. But they have options on those. They're volatile. They're expensive.
Oh boy. Oh, what is going on? What is going on with Baba? What's going on with Baba is China. That's what's going on with them. Still teaching Jack Ma a lesson.
Yeah, whatever his name is. He's just messing up.
Who? What? Xi Jinping?
I have no idea. I pay attention. I listen to this, what's going on, but I don't pay enough attention. You know, I just look at charts and see what's going on, and you know, Baba's been dropping half of value, and you know, I saw Boeing, you know, shot up all the way to 400, got up, then dropped all the way to 90, and now it's around 220ish, 220, yeah, something like that. I just like the trading stocks. You know, you can do Apple options. Apple's more of an investing stock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's going to move eventually.
Yeah.
And I like, you know, you do Tesla. I watch Tesla. I love Tesla.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody, and I told him when it was the market was tanking. I told him to buy it, or buy the market.
Yeah.
He didn't believe it. It doesn't make any sense. And I was just, buy something. And he bought Tesla like maybe a week later, and he's enjoyed the split shares, and he just enjoyed it. You know, it's like everything. But you know, it was just he took a chance because he was like, that doesn't make any sense. I go, well, that's what the market. That's what the market is. You know, there's so much selling that, you know, that's when you buy. When everybody's selling, buy. When everybody's buying, sell. You know?
Yeah.
I told him it's hard to be a contrarian.
Right.
Contrarian.
Does it get way easier after 20 years?
I just like the protection part.
Yeah.
That's what I like, because you know, wherever the stock is, do protection. That's what I like.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess Tesla is up. What is it up like $9 or $19 or something since the split? Or no, since when they added it to the S&P is all. It's pretty crazy.
It's gone up quite a bit. I think it's expensive and it needs another split.
Yeah. I'm glad I think I got at least half of it prior to the split, but I just remember pissing around going, oh, am I going to buy it like at $9.90 or $1,010? I remember pissing about that, like, and I'll wait till it's under $1,000. Now it doesn't even matter what it would have been, because yeah, that's $200 or two whatever.
I love the stocks that split, that they have good history of, you know, still going up.
Yeah.
Of staying around. You know, Apple, Netflix. I believe in Tesla. It's gonna stay around. Nvidia just did its split.
Yeah.
I thought that was a little great on earnings. You know, it's around 200. It was a 4-for-1 split lead, I think, and then it went around 200, and I was like, you know, just give it a shot. Just buy 100 shares and buy your protection. Sure enough, it went under protection, so you were good. It didn't matter if it didn't move or anything. It's earnings; it's going to move
one way or the other.
Yeah, and it went up. It went up more than your protection. You made money. If it stayed flat, you just lost your protection. If it went all the way down to zero, you're out your protection again. That's all you're doing. You're out your protection.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's what amazes me. So you can just buy 100 shares. 20,000 and hope for the best. If it goes down to zero, you lose the 20,000. But you buy that put protection. For instance, you want to buy a put strike at 200. Well, you bought 100 shares at 200. That's 20 grand, and you buy the put, and you have the right to sell it.
Oh boy.
That was pretty loud.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Hello.
What
What's
happened?
your guys' opinion on a Baba leap after
Oh.
2 years out?
No idea.
Does it work?
No
Does it,
idea
does
about
it work
Baba.
the risks? I don't know.
That's your call.
It's
That's your call. Listen, if the stock goes up about 3 to 5 days on average, or 3 to 5 days down on average, then it's gonna most likely, not usually, but maybe change direction. But Baba's just been tamed.
I know, and I think the fair market value of Baba is like around 300, which is insane. It's just all the China risk, like all the analysis I've seen on it. I think even that, like, the Robinhood Morningstar report says somewhere around there, but I don't know, man, because I was waiting for it to dip below 200, and I was like, I've just been eyeing a leaps on it for I think 5,000, and now I could probably get that same leaps for $3,000 or something. What do they put? Yeah, fair market at 302 is what they have there. But I've seen several people do analysis on it that puts it right around that $300 level. So man, that's probably worth the risk at the end of the day. I mean, things, and long term, no matter like how crazy we think things are going to be, like with pandemic and everything else, like things work out. So I mean, and then if we go into some huge economic war with China, like probably we're all kind of screwed for the short term. But I think since it's in the best interest of the U.S. and China to do well, my gut feeling would be that it should recover. Like a leap should be a good play at this point. The only hard thing is deciding, like, has it bottomed out? Like, are we going to be able to buy a leaps like in 2 weeks for like when it hits 140 or something like 100?
Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody's gonna see it hitting some kind of support. I'm gonna buy it. It pops up because you can only sell for so much. So people are gonna go in and try to buy it. It'll pop up. Do the and all that jazz.
From what I looked at, the model's still the same and everything. It's still like a really good business. Just like how they're really focusing more on like the AI and like robots really taking over the warehouses and all that. It's really not as much. It's becoming way more automated. Like from like a video that I watched on it, like comparing to Amazon.
Yeah.
How like Amazon's like trying to switch over to that more too. But like obviously Amazon's like just way. It's like an obvious choice.
Yeah, and U.S. based and
Exactly.
an account, and it has accounting that we don't have to question, and we can buy it directly. I think because Baba's through like we can't buy anything on the Chinese exchange directly. Like it has to be I think through a holding company, from what I understand. But it's it's almost hard not to buy one.
Buying insurance.
What's that?
So it's like almost like we're buying insurance on the stock.
Yeah, I guess that'd be a good way of looking at it. But it's through, like, we can't directly stick our money, like, we can't buy the shares, so it's through a third party essentially. I wonder what these leaps are now. I want to take a look. June. Well, if it's going to recover, it would have happened by January. God. $2,000 for a $200 call.
I wonder how much money you'd make if you bought it at 150 and it recovered back to where it was. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, the 150 is 3,900. I was looking at, what was I? Oh, I was looking at a 180 call, and I can't remember if it was January I think it was before the Junes came out, but let's say even if it was June, I know I was looking at a 180, and it was like $5,600. A 180 now is like $3,100. $3,100 for a June 2023 180 call. That's insane.
Do you
100.
like buying more out of the money leaps when you do them, or are you more like in the money when you buy?
Well, when I was looking at it previously, I was looking at buying in the money. So I think the 70 Delta was a 180 or something like that at that point. So, but
Right.
now I think, because now I think the play would be get something cheap and look for the recovery. That way, you're not $5,000 screwed if it happens to drop to 100 or go away, or we have like it delisted from the U.S. or something like that.
Yeah.
That's and with 2 years to do that, yeah,
Yeah. Minimize risk a little bit.
that's kind of, I think that's what I would be thinking, and I don't think I would grab. I think I would grab a January. Like if tension dies down, it's got to take less than like a year and a half. I mean, can't wait. It's not gonna wait for Biden to go away, if anything. I don't think. So I think, yeah, a year and a half, a year's worth of time. Because it is going to, like, when it does find support, I don't think it's going to find support and then just consolidate for a long time. I think everybody like us, like when you're asking about it, I've been thinking about it. I'm sure everybody else has, is like, oh man, like even William in chat's like, if it goes to 150, I'll buy $100,000 worth, and if Baba goes to 100, I'll sell my house and live in a box. Like, I think people are looking for that good price on it. So I think once it, because that one day where it did bounce, I think it bounced really good, right? Like,
Yeah, it was like when all the Chinese stocks bounced that day, like Tencent, all them.
yeah,
Uh,
that was August 23rd.
oh yeah.
So it bounced from like 155 to 170, like almost 20 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then other people are probably just trying to get out of it, just waiting for that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Day trade right there or something.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Scalping some calls. Oh.
So how does this like Zoom stuff work? So it charges you if you like go over 30 minutes? Or something?
Oh, well, I think, okay, running out of time, we've removed the 40-minute time limit on your group meeting. Oh, okay, cool. It just like popped up a little gift. It says a gift from Zoom.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thanks, Zoom.
That's great.
I'll continue to hold your stock.
On the bottom, there should be some kind of security thing where you can secure the room. I can't remember which icon it is.
Mm,
So you don't have any. I mean, you can have people popping in like that other guy did, but if you want to, because I know you're doing this to get people, you're trying it out and stuff.
yep.
You know,
Oh, like lock. Or I can enable waiting room. That way I think I have to let people in.
because it. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I was like, there's only like usually whatever about 10 people, 9, 10 people that live stream. I was like, yeah, we probably won't get one of those, but of course it happens. Probably people just looking to do it. So cool, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm
I don't know too much about it.
Sometimes there's just those trolls, you know, who come and just,
Yeah.
especially with the classrooms, like at universities and all that. That was like a huge thing. Where, like people were giving away their thing to random people, and they would just come in their classrooms and just. I don't even know how the generation now is like learning with that stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I remember when Zoom was out. Around 50
Oh.
share.
Oh wow. I'm looking at it right now. Actually, it started right at 36 and it went to
Uh-oh. I gotta
52, like you said, and then.
I gotta grab something. Where do I find the waiting room now? Crap.
I don't know.
Oh man. Now I got the
It's down at the bottom. I don't know. I don't know how to do it all.
I think no, we don't need that. I think
Do you
somebody
have any
oh.
positions open right now on Zoom?
I own I just own stock in it.
Oh, okay.
So nothing other than that.
Yeah, I'm just following NVIDIA right now. It's just, it's done its move. The market did its move. So I don't know. I guess the market's gonna float or sell off a little bit. I don't know. And then watch NVIDIA probably. It's just split. I mean, I love stocks that split. It's just that's a sign that they're profitable and they're a pretty good company.
Mm.
And probably like the liquidity too.
Yeah, it's just back then when I was in the investments, stocks were splitting left and right, and they were spinning off and everything. I mean, it's just back in the when the internet was getting around 2000, and it's just I was just seeing people making money off the splits and spin-offs and splits have kind of died off now. And when I heard Apple splitting and then Tesla splitting, I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then Nvidia, I was like, all right, some of these stocks, because all these technology stocks are so expensive, they can just start splitting.
Yeah, they are. Even Nvidia too right now, it's at 225.
Yeah, it's cheap.
It was at like, what was it at before? Like 700?
700, 800, I believe.
Yeah.
I think it did a 4-for-1. I can't remember. It did a split.
Yeah, it was like a 4-for-1 or something, or
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
Yep. Yep, and that's the one way that it's kind of a dying breed, but if you get in a stock and it keeps on splitting, that's the way to make some pretty good money.
Yeah, and there's probably like a lot of demand for it too, because it's like it's got like the a lot of the people from the video game computer culture, and then also like the crypto and all that.
Crypto.
Like, I have people that are like
Yeah.
they bought all the chips or whatever that Nvidia offers, and then they just build up their little crypto mining little mini thing. But it gets so hot.
They do.
It's crazy.
I'm just surprised, Bitcoin keeps on trying to go up. I'm just surprised with everybody trying to get in it. I have no idea about Bitcoin. Nothing. No idea. I just watch it and I was like, that's the most volatile thing I've seen.
Yeah, I've been mining it like it's I should grab a video of it sometime because I have mining rigs down in my basement and it does get super hot. Not my basement, but my first floor, like my garage. And then so like in the wintertime, I can just open up that garage door and heat the house with the mining rigs. It's like super handy. So it's like having an electric furnace or whatever, but it pays out in Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Killing two birds with one stone.
Yep. Yeah, except for the summertime, then it's just like way too hot. That's it. That sucks. About the winter.
I just figured if everybody, it's over absorption, everybody's get into it. I figured it was going to drop. But I don't know. I know nothing about it. Just
dropped once. Dropped one really good time, and yeah.
Right up to $6,000. Yep.
Yeah, no, it's pretty
How do they
insane.
come back?
Well, with all the like institutions actually owning some, I don't think it's going anywhere because they have the money and they affect policy. And I mean that really would have been the only thing in my mind that would have stopped it, even though I don't think it would have completely stopped it. But now that money has the influence over the policy, it's got to be here to stay. Got to be.
Yeah. Don't understand it, but
That's all right. You don't have to. It's like options. Don't worry about it. It's just a currency. That's
Yeah.
it.
I've tried to read articles on blockchain. It's okay, it's digital currency. I still don't get it.
Right. It's so exactly the same as paper money because there's no intrinsic value in that paper other than,
Yeah.
yeah, you agree to sell me something for this piece of paper. I mean, it's really pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
But if
Hell,
everything and if everything goes to hell and all we need is water, then that paper's not going to be worth crap, right?
that's true.
Yep.
And then Coinbase getting hacked. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to read in between the lines too with like stuff like that because they'll come out with like a lot of things where people will be given their logins to people that email them or whatever, and like they think they work for Coinbase or whatever. They'll get their account taken and all the money.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know even what to believe anymore. It's kind of hard. It's just like some stuff is so, swayed in a certain way. I don't know. It's
I hope people are starting to get immune to some of that stuff. Like, isn't it like now we've had so many like so many years of scam emails, phishing emails, all the phone. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I get 5 or 6 of those. This is the IRS. Your Social Security's been used for fraud or whatever. I get like 5 or 6 of those calls like a week. I don't know. Now I feel like it's just like that's like the what was the old Nigerian prince scam kind of thing. So hopefully we all just know about it and we don't give our logins to rando people.
yeah. But it's like even the other day, like my mom came up to me and showed me this video, like, oh, like you guys are all into like crypto or whatever. Like I'm not even too crazy into it, but she just like kind of generalizes like the generation now. But she was showing me this video about like this family that got like their Coinbase account taken. But then you like look into it, and it's like she gave away like her login information and all that. And, so it's like I try to read in between the lines with that stuff. But
Yeah.
it's definitely a lot scarier with like the government not being in a way involved because those like the whole password and everything and getting your account back is kind of like definitely a lot more helpful when they're involved and there's like kind of that source. But in the same way, it's like Coinbase is almost like the same game, like different team in a way. It's like now they're involved with crypto, but they're on the New York Stock Exchange. So it's like they're like the whole decentralized. It's like interesting because it's like it's still a business, but it's like I don't know. It's interesting. Like you guys kind of get what I mean in a way.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. I think like you're struggling for words because it's just interesting and we're still like maybe not have our mind wrap 100% around it. We don't know what's going to happen 2 years, 5 years from now. So it's just like it just is interesting like watching how it's going to all unfold or affect us, or are we all going to be using it 10, 20 years from now? Are the AI bots going to take over and we don't need any? Like, what exactly is going to happen? Yeah, it's...
I like the idea, though. It's cool. I think, I don't know.
Yeah. It's just...
Thinking about all the... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's just like not being in like... If you're an economist, your mind is probably wrapped better around all the implications across the board with it, but mine surely isn't. That's the hard part of like realizing or trying to think about what's really going to happen, and then also knowing it has no intrinsic value. But that's the same as cash. Like our paper cash technically doesn't have any intrinsic value either. It's just
we give it the value based off the goods and services.
Yep.
Like it's,
store of labor,
yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
But it's modern, So I think that's what gives it the excitement as well. It's like different.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was like looking at all these like new cities that are being built. Like there's this one in Nevada,
Uh-huh.
like this like desert area, like acres on acres on acres, and like I heard like Tesla was going out there like make their um, it's like a whole like blockchain community, like Warren Buffett and like his companies and Panasonic and all these different companies are like kind of creating this like cashless society. And just like I don't know, the whole video on it was like really just trippy.
Is it like a modern Burning Man or something?
It's kind of like a I'm not sure what that reference, but it's kind of like a it's just like it's so modern. It's like a new city.
Mm.
It's like it's crazy. It looks like the plans for it, of how they're making it and all that. It my uncle told me about it and he showed me like the video of them coming out like, oh, it's gonna be released like in the next. So I don't know what happened with that, but like I could definitely see cities like where they're kind of away from where it's like all databases and all that, and like you go into like a store and like they like with all those new grocery stores
Where you don't actually have to exchange anything, just walk out with it. They know what you took. Yeah, kind of thing.
It's crazy. It's like it's interesting.
Yeah, you should post a video, and then like just look up Burning Man if you don't know what that is. It's like it's a pop-up city, kind of a big party event that happens, and it's cashless as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I should know this, but I don't.
I kind of do too, especially being from California, right?
Yeah.
Yep, you should.
Oh yeah, so this is in Nevada too. It's a here, let me try to find it.
I don't know if you can post. I think maybe I'll have to go to Discord to post it. I don't know if you can post in. I don't know where you can post on these, but.
It was a lot longer. Here, let me see.
But I'll probably. Yeah, if you can find it, even shove it in like.
This is, I don't know if this is one that I've watched, but this is pretty much it, kind of, where it's like just a desert area. It's like kind of like the new Silicon Valley kind of thing, but like in a more modern way. Because like when I went to like the Reno area, it's like really techy.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I posted in there.
Cool. I'll grab that and watch that later. See what that is.
I'll post it in the YouTube too.
I don't know if can you. I'll post it in there just in case. I'm not sure. Like sometimes you can't post links in chat. I don't know how it works, but
Viruses and all that.
God, who knows?
Make sure people don't click on it or whatever. Yeah.
I don't know. I post it in there, but I know like sometimes like I'll try to post a link in some comment somewhere and it won't let me. But maybe because it's my channel I can. But who knows? But yeah. Well, I think I need to get going. The rest of my yard is not going to clean itself, unfortunately. no Tesla bots yet, so.
I'm in the same shoes.
Ter-
Mow the lawns.
All right. At least you have some lawn. Mine hasn't. It's been hot enough here. We haven't had enough rain, even in Washington, for it to. It's like just all
really?
brown. Yep, it's all brown. Oh well.
Yeah, it's like every week for us. It's a routine now.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for popping in and popping in the Zoom. It worked. Thankfully, Zoom let us go longer than 40 minutes. Yeah. So have a great rest of your weekend. See, I'm gonna pop out of this first. How do I even pop out of this? End meeting, and we will end the stream. So I think besides the people that ended up in the Zoom, a few other people. Let me check if I missed anything. What the fuck is going on with Baba China? Why is Tesla not at 740? Because NHTSA, but it should be. Housing market gonna going to trace back hard next 3 months. That would be cool. I would love to buy some property. Hello from India. Amit, teach me how to cook paneer, even though I think I'm getting it now. Stock market changed when Sleepy Joe became president. Oh boy. Tesla most volatile stock of 2021. No. No. There's some more out there. Tesla option getting decimated every week. Talking about split. Are y'all gonna get some Nvidia puts? I haven't been playing Nvidia at all. The thing is gonna collapse hard. I wonder why. I just haven't been following Nvidia at all. Maybe it's now they're gonna have all those GPUs back on the market. Baba goes to 150, buy $100,000 worth. If Baba goes to 100, I will sell my house and live in the box. That's like Singapore chicken genius. I think he did that with Tesla when it went down. So anyways, for anybody who's left, love you guys. And we'll see you Monday or next week on another live stream. So let's get this ended and